Hey everybody, it's Kay back again today with an excellent question having to do with hemodynamics and cardiovascular, and this would be considered a high scaled score question on the CCRN exam. Now this isn't a question that you would find on the PCCN exam. It's just for the CCRN. All right, so you are caring for a 71-year-old male that was admitted with an extensive acute anterior septal MI. He becomes hypotensive, tachycardic, pale, and diaphoretic. You notice a new loud holosystolic murmur along with crackles from the bases to the apices and a drop in pulse oximetry. There's a giant V wave in the pulmonary artery occlusive pressure tracing, or the wedge tracing. You should suspect which of the following: ventricular septal rupture, acute mitral regurg, ventricular free wall rupture, or atrial septal rupture. What do you think? Well, the answer to this is acute mitral regurgitation. Why? Well, it gives you the clue there that there's a giant V wave in the wedge pressure tracing, the PAOP tracing. So think about the V wave. The V wave is part of the venous waveform. And so since we're talking about a wedge, we're talking about the V wave representing the time in which the left atrium is filling, the pressure in the left atrium during filling. And so during left atrial filling, of course, that mitral valve should be closed, yes? So what would cause us to have a giant V wave is when there's mitral regurg, acute mitral regurg. This guy just had an acute, extensive anterior wall MI, patient's looking very shocky. And so certainly we could have ruptured a papillary muscle or chordae tendineae, which basically would render that mitral valve just totally incompetent and kind of flopping in the breeze. That would cause blood flow every time the left ventricle is squeezed. That would cause blood flow to regurg across that floppy mitral valve into the atrium on the left side and all the way back, registering as a tall, giant V wave at the catheter tip. Now the holosystolic murmur could be seen either in ventricular septal rupture or mitral regurg. However, the dead ringer sign here is the fact that there's a giant V wave. We would not see it with acute ventricular septal rupture. With a VSD, we see a step up in oxygenation in the right atrium compared to the distal port of the PA. So again, the answer being acute mitral regurg. So this again is a high scale score question, and so I hope you enjoyed the question for today. Head over to khoppypresents.com. Please check out my membership community. It's priced very economically for nurses at just $25 a month for membership. So have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.